It started with a crackle. Not the kind you ignore, but the kind that crawls under your skin, making you wonder if you're hearing more than just static. I always blamed my hearing aids, cheap batteries, maybe, or a bad connection. But lately, the static had rhythm, breaking into words that didn't belong to anyone in the room. I should have tossed them, but curiosity has a way of digging its claws in deep. And I promise, if you stick with me, you'll understand why I wish I'd just lived with the silence. The first real voice came in the grocery store, as I waited in line behind Mrs. Torley. "She hides the bruises under her sleeves," the static said, low and urgent. I looked at her, and she caught my gaze, shifting her bags. I kept my mouth shut, but the next day at work, I slipped up. I mentioned Mrs. Torley's bruises to a co-worker, just offhand. By evening, the town was buzzing. She'd been found at the bottom of her stairs, neck at a wrong angle. The static in my ears turned into a roaring tide. That's when I realized, every secret the static whispered was a blade. I tried to ignore them, but they kept coming, about the school principal, about my own father. Sometimes, the voices hissed warnings about strangers on the street. Sometimes, they giggled, as if daring me to say something. The harder I tried to pretend I heard nothing, the louder they became, until my only option was isolation. Now, I live in terror of my own words. I pad my world in silence, headphones over my hearing aids, music blaring, but the static always finds a way through. Last night, it whispered about me, about the things I've done and the fate waiting if I ever confess. I can't risk speaking to anyone anymore. But if you're hearing this, if you ever hear the static, promise me you won't listen. And whatever you do, never repeat what you hear.